The dispatch of Belarusian troops to the Ukrainian border continues. According to the latest information, shipments of military equipment are increasing day by day. The volume of the shipment, which originally consisted of a small number of tanks, is now fully sufficient for a large-scale war. According to Belarusian sources, the largest part of the military shipment is to the city of Gomel on the border with Ukraine. At the same time, the Russian army continues to increase its presence in Belarus. According to the assumptions of British intelligence, Russia recently transferred to Belarus a part of the units that are part of the 1st Guards Tank Army. This is stated in the review of the Ministry of Defense of Great Britain about the war in Ukraine for December 27. Elements of Russia's 1st Guards Tank Army were likely among the Russian forces recently redeployed to Belarus. This formation was probably undergoing training prior to deployment. It is unlikely that it has the support units needed to bring it into combat readiness, intelligence notes. The review also says that the last 2 days of active fighting have been concentrated mainly around Bakhmut and in the Svatovo region. Russia continues frequent small-scale attacks, but very little territory changed hands, the report added. In previous reviews, it was said that the Russians do not have enough people and means to monitor defensive positions, and among the key limiting factors limiting the offensive potential of the Russian military on the territory of Ukraine is the lack of ammunition. Meanwhile, local sources reported that the S-400 air defense systems in Belarus are ready for combat. The Iskander tactical missile systems and the S-400 air defense systems that Russia has deployed to Belarus are fully prepared to perform their intended tasks, a senior Belarusian Defense Ministry official said on Sunday. Our servicemen, crews have fully completed their training in the Joint Combat Training Centers of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation and the Republic of Belarus, Leonid Kaczynski, head of the main Directorate of Ideology at the ministry, said in a video posted on the Telegram messaging app. These types of weapons are on combat duty today, and they are fully prepared to perform tasks for their intended purpose. It is not clear how many of the Iskander systems which are capable of carrying nuclear weapons have been deployed to Belarus after Russian President Vladimir Putin said in June that Moscow would supply Minsk with them and the air defense systems. Also, Belarusian media outlet Nexta reported that Vladimir Putin met with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko at a museum in St. Petersburg. Footage shows the two leaders speaking in front of cameras inside the country's State Russian Museum earlier this morning. Last week, the Russian leader and his Belarusian counterpart extolled ever closer ties as Mr. Putin visited Minsk for the first time since 2019. Russian forces used Belarus as a launch pad for their invasion of Ukraine in February, but Mr. Lukashenko has repeatedly said his country will not be drawn into Ukraine. He has also said that recent military maneuvers were not aimed at Ukraine and dismissed conspiracy theories about deployments of Belarusian armed forces at the border. In the current tense situation, there is great debate over whether Belarus can join the war against Ukraine. Despite all these news, no one has definite information on this issue. The only thing that is known is that if Belarus joins this war, the world will already be on the brink of the Third World War, the risks of which are increasing day by day. Thanks for watching the video. You can subscribe to our channel for the latest news.